Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Destructive News Network news, no matter how destructive. And I wanted to take a look at a crazy story in a city that I call a second home in a way, place that kind of turned me into an adult when I experienced life there. So let's take a look at the story, and I'm going to talk about the culture and some of the things going on there. Let's take a look.
Police are searching for the teenagers who they say killed a hard-working 24-year-old man who was just trying to cash his paycheck and hurt a 34-year-old woman in the process.
Neil Smith is the name of the man who was shot and killed on Argyle Road 10 days ago. And a story you'll only see on 10
TV. My man lining is crazy sharp. It's a little crooked, but crazy sharp lineup.
Crime Tracker 10's Lacey Chris spoke with Smith's family and reveals who police are looking for.
Some vampires for sure.
Witnesses told Columbus police Neil Smith tried to give the suspects the money, saying just take it. They shot him 13 times anyway, killing him.
They ran up near my best friend. We're talking in my car.
It's problems right here, right? It's late night and you hanging out. And I used to do this when I was younger, but I tell young people, I tell everybody, including family members, and they don't take it serious. And I'm going to call this out every time. Please stop sitting in a vehicle. A vehicle is a tool that is designed to transport you from point A to point B to point C, what have you. It is not a living room. It is not designed to allow you to sit in place. It is a very dangerous place to be. You are sitting low. Whoever is looking to attack has all types of tactical advantages over you. You are stationary in what is supposed to be a transition space, and you're not transitioning. That is the most vulnerable place you'll be when it comes to moving in a city. Your transition spaces. You're from the car to the store, from the store to your car, from your car to your home, from your home to your car. That is where you get hit. That is the likely place where you'll be hit. So stop sitting in cars, young people, black people, anyone, especially when you're in these cities like Columbus, Ohio. Don't do it. Father, I talk to him constantly about sitting in cars, and they laugh it off. It's not a joke. You will get ended in that space. Get up, get moving.
And what happened? I don't know what happened. Some little boys were shooting.
I'm gonna miss him terribly.
Mama.
Shirley Leaks is Neil Smith's grandmother.
Of course.
She says he went down the
him.
street to the corner market to cash his paycheck to pay bills.
Woodland Express.
But Columbus police say 17-year-old
Place looks
Jabrell
like a
McClendon,
dump.
16-year-old Taiwan Gavin,
They got good
and
cameras, though.
21-year-old Keanu Logan saw the cash and
Of course, it's a Chevy Malibu.
followed Smith.
And he told him to take the money. Senseless.
There goes that word again, senseless.
Yes. I know the world is wicked. With no conscience.
The female, she said that Neil fell right next to her, and
Damn.
Neil apologized to her.
That shows character right there, man.
Columbus Police Detective Terry Callie says it didn't appear that Smith knew the suspects. They just wanted his money.
They saw that cash when he cashed that check.
What we can
He got into a transition space from the cash checking place to the car, and he didn't move, or he moved and he stayed stationary in that car talking. One, you shouldn't be cashing a check that late at night in that neighborhood. Two, if you are in a bind and you have to do something like cash a check that late at night in that neighborhood, what you need to do is you need to move into your transitional spaces quick, swift, and secure. Your firearm ready to go. You need to be looking out all the way around you, not being distracted with conversation by girls. Two, when you get to the point, get out, get moving, move, transition. Don't sit in the car.
determined from that is the fact that it was a robbery where Neil tried to do what he was told to do and give them the money and then run.
So this is an issue in Columbus, and this has been happening for years and years. When I lived there, I've lived there a couple of different times. When I've lived there and been there, and when I'm there, there was a guy in German Village, which is a nice ritzy area where a lot of well-to-do people hang out. Vampires are still lurking. He got robbed in the dairy. I think it was the Dairy Mart, United Dairy Farm, or whatever that gas station line they have there. I think it's called Dairy Mart or something. Gives up the money, gets the money. They shoot him in the stomach anyways. He survived. There's been pizza delivery robberies are really hot there. The guy switched shifts, did a delivery. Dudes ran down on him. He gave him the pizza, gave him the money. They got what they wanted. They still shot him in the head and killed him. And he was working. He was picking up shifts to pay for his daughter's birthday, and he was left brainless, and his daughter fatherless. These dudes don't have consciences. They don't have morals. They don't care. They want to kill. They want to shoot. They got a bloodlust. So don't think, oh, I'm getting robbed. Just do what they say and I'll be okay. That's wrong. You're probably going to die if you're in Columbus and you're getting robbed. That's why I run heavy. I instruct the people I'm rolling with what to do. Get low. Drop. When you go to give them the stuff, drop it so they got to distract themselves, maybe pick it up, something like that. Anything, any moment I can get, I'm going for it. I'm taking the 3-point shot.
For his own safety, and they shot him anyways.
Kelly says thanks to the public's help, they were able to identify the 3 suspects, but that they still have not been arrested. All 3 are facing aggravated murder charges.
That ain't enough.
You know, I really want the boys who did this as an example. And I know it's...
You hear the baby's crying, man. Without that earner, he's an earner. He's cashing checks at night to get cash to bring back to the crib. He's paying bills. He's taking care of that family, and he's not there anymore.
So many young people out there. This need to be a lesson.
If you know anything about the shooting or where the suspects may be, you're asked to call Columbus Police. In Columbus, Lacey Crisp, 10 TV News.
Man, Columbus Police, man. Let's take a look. Columbus right here. Central Ohio. Columbus Police, they got a $600 million a year budget. They pride themselves on diversity. Diversity is their strength. They love to engage the black community, but they don't like to solve crimes. They don't like to stop crime. They like to encourage poverty. They like to encourage slums. They like to encourage nonsense. The left, it's a leftist city. It's a leftist police department. The police department, I remember the chief, they had an LGBT chief for many years with a policy, with a no signature policy. The people that know what that means knows what that means. But she was a clown. She was a clown. They created an LGBT like police cruiser, and they participate in Pride, and they do all that leftist nonsense to look and feel good. But their city is flowing with blood and bodies. The women of Ohio State are in danger. I touch down and I'm on High Street often, and I see girls with headphones in their ears with ANC noise cancellations running down High Street like everything's good. There's been some brutal kidnappings, rapes, murders going on in that place along High Street on campus. These neighborhoods on campus are no good. There's a Kroger back behind that Kroger right down here. This stuff around here, this stuff ain't sweet. None of this stuff is sweet. These parks, this is where they'll find you. They'll find you in these parks. Don't get it twisted. Columbus ain't safe. I stay in this place. When I fly in, when I come to Columbus, I'm heavy. I'm flying with an AR-15, pistols, multiple pistols. I'm running and gunning in the city. I'm not messing around. I love this city. There's a lot of cool stuff. Our friends are there. There's a lot of good eats in Columbus, Ohio. Some of the best foods. They got a really amazing hot dog spot in Columbus that I love. I get off the plane. I got my gun case. I get it from TSA. I hit the car rental center that they built, which is really nice and secure. I hit that car rental center. I break my stuff down. I get my guns out, my holsters. I'm ready to roll. I'm not playing. I'm running and gunning. The second I touch down in that city, it's dangerous. But let's take a look. South Linden, North Linden, Vampire Zone right here. Vampire Zone, Argyle Park. This is where we're at. Argyle Drive. Let's drop the man. Let's take a look what we got. Look at this. An abandoned lot. This is not a great area. This is where we were at. They probably followed him down into these neighborhoods down up in here. Down up in these neighborhoods. It's not sweet. It's not sweet in Columbus. It's not sweet. I stay down. The ironic part is I stay in this region when I'm here. I stay in this area. There's a lot of revitalization going on. But there's a lot of hood stuff. A lot of hood stuff. You gotta be on alert. It's not sweet. People think it's sweet down here. It's not. They're rebuilding a lot of this stuff. Look at this. Look at they're trying to buy up. White people are buying up these old houses and they're redoing them. They're redoing a lot of them. There's a block that looks like $1 million. I think this is it actually. Actually, I remember that car. I always see that car. Down that way, a lot of these nice older houses, they're revitalizing the insides of them, boosting the values of them, but there's still a lot of hood stuff going on. We got two vampires right here coming out of the little crappy corner store. And then you've got these, these new people, right? These new whites that are moving in, buying these houses up, trying to rebuild them. There's one of the houses that was a junky abandoned house where crackheads used to light up. They're buying all this stuff up. They're rebuilding these neighborhoods, but they're not kicking everybody out yet. There's a lot of crap. Like that's a junky house that's not been redone yet. I don't know why they're blocking that. That's weird. That's real weird. Maybe they put in a thing to block their house. Redone. Looks like they're redoing that one. Like look at these houses. They're redoing a lot of these houses and they're sprucing the place up and they're rebuilding, but they're still haven't done everything. There's a lot of crackheads that walk up and down these streets. Look at these houses. They look good, right? A lot of them do. A lot of them look old and beat down though still, because this is still not a safe area. Look, you got the LGBT flag out. You're going to see a lot of Black Lives Matter this, Black Lives Matter that, but this ain't a safe neighborhood. Do not take any of this for granted. It's just not safe yet. You've got some rundown stuff, man. Look at the low income housing. It's not sweet. It's not a game out here. Gotta watch yourself. Watch your back. There's housing, project housing out here. A lot of it. Rundown, abandoned homes. Look at this. Look at that. Rundown and abandoned. Rundown and abandoned. But look, you got brand new apartments and stuff right here. It's just drive-through beer. This is a northeastern thing where you have a drive-through that just serves beer up. You gotta watch yourself, man. It's not sweet. You can get snapped up out here. This is a plaza where a bunch of junkies hang out at all night. I remember I was walking down this street, actually. I was walking down this street and I had my phone. I think I was live streaming and I was walking down the street and some guys started yelling at me. And it was like, he just yelled something about, yo, what you with that phone recording? And I basically was like, shut the fuck up. Like I just yelled it back at him. And I wanted to see how he would handle it. If he was going to come towards me, I had something for him. But I stayed sturdy. He knew I wasn't playing around by the sound of my voice, and he backed the hell off. But there's a project housing unit down here. Yep. Projects. All of this stuff is projects. I be in this area a lot. There's projects. They got the bars, rundown area. But there's a lot of expensive houses down here in these little these side streets down there. The white people are trying to buy up the community and change everything, but it's not an overnight process. That's a hot spot. There's a lot of these little rundown stores down here. You just gotta watch out. Like this right here, this apartment thing, this is like affordable housing. Like this whole like unit here is affordable housing. There's a lot of silly stuff you gotta watch out for down here. That building, shady. This street right here has got some shade on it. A lot of shade on it. Shady corner store, like I said. You just got to be careful, and if you keep going down that direction, it gets real shady down that way. But yeah, you just got to watch yourself. Got to watch yourself in the city. In any city, you move smooth. You make sure the gun laws are good and that you can defend yourself. You don't really want to be in places where you can't defend yourself legally. Ohio is one of those places where you can. So I run my guns, man. I run my guns. I stay safe. I keep on the lookout. I don't sit in cars. I don't do stuff like that. I pay attention to the areas that I'm in. I try to stay north. I try to stay up here, Westerville, Polaris. I move as smooth as I possibly can. I avoid the south. I avoid campus as much as I possibly can. I try to stay out New Albany, places like that. But I like staying in the core of the city because of the highway system. I can pop, boom. I can shoot straight up 670, get out to 270, roll straight out to New Albany, get to the airport fast, and get in and out, and get where I need to go real quick. Transition quickly. But yeah, just watch yourself in these cities. Stay safe. You don't want to end up like these guys. Let's take a look at the comment section before we peace out here. Charge them as adults. Never let them out. I like that. That's music to my ears. Stories like these tear me up, man. Had his whole life ahead of him, I bet. He sure did, till it was cut short by these vampires for a few $100. That's all they wanted was the new Jordans coming out. That's all they care about. How ironic. You robbed someone and still got caught. Shout out to the people who created and manufactured the camera system. That one's hell of a crystal clear view. That's a real good camera. But you know, I'm not confident in the city of Columbus doing what they need to do to bring these dudes to justice, so to speak. Honestly, give them all the death penalty. X them out, man. That's what I'm with. I'm with Xing them out. I've been followed years ago after cashing a check years ago in Texas. I drove straight to the police station. My prayers for the victim. His prayers are unanswered. That man is gone. Stop cashing checks and cash. Stop doing it. May he rest in peace. But, you know, shout out to this shorty that, you know, she recognized she was being followed and she went to the police station. He gave them his money and they still shot him. Yeah, what do you think this is? You think these criminals have honor? You think there's a code of honor that these criminals have? No. Columbus especially. They will kill you. Either way, they will kill you. They should have not been out there working like he was. Rest in peace. They were working. They were working, clocking that man for his money. Mission accomplished. God bless the young man's soul. Sending my condolences to you and your family. He ain't get him. He's gone. Dude worked so hard for his money to have his life gone. How heartbreaking, completely senseless. Mama, there goes that word again. This young man's life was taken for a week or two. Week paycheck, and he woke up every day to earn. 3 hateful individuals decided to take this man's entire life. Was only worth a couple $100. I don't care if the punishment is harsh for those 3 killers. So a big mama said, let's make an example out of these senseless murderers. They don't get it. They think it's a game. This is a culture. It's not a game. It's a culture. Condolences. Rest in peace, Neil. These boys will be found and held accountable. I doubt it. Family and friends know where they are. How wicked of y'all knowing they were wrong. Just unbelievable. They were really looking for someone to murder and steal from. The victims was a bonus. The victim was a bonus. These dudes want to kill. That's what they want to do. They out here. They're broke. They don't have an address. They have no future. All they do is look to get little hustles, little robberies to get them by, to get to the next Jordan release. They wanted blood. They took that man's money and then they savagely murdered him, gunned him down, and took off in a Malibu. Shoot him into space. That's what I do. But anyway, thank you for checking out the video. Sitting around for my commentary, talking about the city of Columbus. I try to touch down in different cities and kind of learn about the cities, the culture, the way to move, things like that. And if I do, I'll bring those lessons to you guys. Thank you again. Hit that like, hit that share, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.